Class. Today we are going to continue the previous chapter. The name of the chapter is When the People Rebel. In this chapter, we are discussing about the revolt of 1857. In the previous class, we discussed what is 1857 revolt, what is other names of the revolt, and what are the major causes of that, and how this revolt is spread. In today's class, we are going to discuss the main key centers of the revolt, what are the suppression methods which is used by the Britishers to suppress, to control this revolt, and as well as we are going to discuss about the consequences and the changes in the British policy after this revolt. Okay, so here are the major centers and the leaders are available. Like examples, in the Kanpur, the main leader is Nana Saheb. Okay, in the Lucknow, the main leader is the Begum, Hazrat. The main leader means they are leading the revolt. There are a lot of people are involved in this, but they are become the leader or the authority. Okay. So in the Kanpur, Nana Saheb, Lucknow, the Begum Mahal, in the Jhansi, Rani Lakshmibai, Bihar, Kunwar Singh, and the Faizabad, Maulvi, Ahmadullah. There are other reasons, but I take only few of that examples. The British government find that they have to control it. So the British government now in reinforcement passed new laws and began to reconquer the rebel centers. From where the rebels were started, they start sending the reinforcement. Okay, and passed some new laws to conquer the rebel centers. Delhi was recaptured. The British are recapturing the thing. So Delhi was recaptured in September 1837. The revolt is started on 10th May 1857, and after 4 months it is captured in September 1857, and the leader, the Bahadur Shah Zafar, was tried, sentenced to life imprisonment, even Kanpur, and exiled to Rangoon. The Britishers sent them to the Rangoon in the present time Myanmar. Okay. Rani Lakshmibai was defeated and killed in June 1857. So the 1857, around more than 1 year, she fought more than 1 year. The British fought for 2 years to suppress massive popular resistance within the revolt, ending by the end of 1859. It means how you can imagine that how massive the revolt is. The Britishers, which has one of the best army of the world, they take 2 hours to suppress or to reconquer the areas, reconquer the rebel centers. Okay, and finally, it is in the 1859. All the areas were recaptured by the Britishers by the end of 1859. Okay, so the revolts happened, the major causes are known, the key centers, the leaders, and the areas were reconquered. Now, what is the consequences and the changes in the British policy? We have to understand it. So, as a consequence, the first and the very major thing is end of the company rule. As you know that the Britishers are working in India under the East India Company. So, after the revolt of 1857, the end of company rule, the act is passed, the Government of India Act 1858. This is passed. This act transferred the power from East India Company to the British Queen, British Crown. Okay, and who was thrown at the crown? Queen Victoria. Okay. So the power is transferred from East India Company to the Queen Victoria. This is the first consequence. The second, the new policy towards the rulers. The Britishers, the policy of annexation was abandoned. From after 1857, the Britishers are abandoning the policy to conquer the new areas. Okay, they just abolish this or abandon this policy. Reorganization of army. In the reorganization, what they do? The proportion of Indian and European soldiers are changed. The number of the Indian soldiers were reduced and the number of European soldiers will increased. There is a commission will form, field commission, and they change the ratio 1:5. 5:1, 2:1. 5 Indians, 1 Britishers, 2 Indians, 1 Britishers. The ratio will change. Okay. The social policy, some community, Gurkhas, Sikhs and Pathans were declared as the martial race. Okay, they are declared as the martial. Some soldiers of the Gurkhas, Pathans and Sikhs, they are considered as the martial races. Okay, because they helped the Britishers to reconquer the area. What is the social policy? The Britishers promised to respect the customs, tradition and religious and social practices of the people in India. Because they found that the revolt is happening just because they made a massive changes in the social policy of India. So they promised that they never indulge in that and they respect the custom, tradition, religious and social practices of the Indian people and they abandon the earlier policy of the social reforms. Okay. A new thing that is came to this divide and rule. The Britishers began to adopt the policy of divide and rule by promoting the differences between two people or two community or two religion. After the 1857, the major changes happen. They are playing the victim card and a Hindu-Muslim. They divide the Hindu and Muslim into two different entities and they are become very successful in that. So the policy of divide and rule is adopted by them. After this revolt, because as we know this revolt is also not the first war of struggle for the freedom of the Indian. Okay, first war of independence, they are also not the first war of independence. So here the war of independence or freedom struggle is started, which continued for the next 90 years and then we got the independence on 15th of August 1947. So in the next classes, we will discuss about what are the other factors and what are the other incidents that increase the intensity of the national movement and the India got the freedom. Okay, thank you.